Hello everyone, and welcome back, reagents, to my good old winter lodge. As I just wanted to thank everyone who watched the last video of me ranking and explaining all of the prime assets here at the Signala facility. And I quickly want to correct a mistake that I make in that video, as I call Liliya quite a few times, because the way I write my scripts and not realize when I'm messing up is quite an enigma.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
But now, I'll make sure I don't mess it up, considering that this video is all about our very special sister, Liliya Bogomolova, as she has been given her very own onboarding event that I have been dying for her to get since she released. So with that being said, let's go over all of the brand new content within the Advent of Bogomolova event and allow me to set the mood. But once you wake up, you should breathe in some of that Signala facility air, as Murkoff have put up flowers all over the sleep room. Now you can play some chess and look at some beautiful flowers while you play. Also, there is a brand new limited time event catalog with some pretty cool drip, but once you're done checking out the drip, head over to the terminal and you'll notice the brand new Liliya onboarding event with two brand new MK challenges, as we have Flatten the Foreman for the Toy Factory and Eliminate the Legacy for the Suburbs. But before I go over the new MK challenges, we should first talk about how the Liliya onboarding event even works, as it introduces the brand new Variator, Liliya Bogomolova, that will allow Liliya to go into any trial environment that isn't the resort, like the Toy Factory for example. Normally, prime assets get their onboarding event as they come out, but with Liliya working so differently than all of the other prime assets, it makes sense on why it took some time for her to get hers, but it's so good to finally have it, as when she came out, I immediately thought how cool it would be if she could be in all the other trial environments with the other prime assets, and now that it's finally here, it's just as cool and horrifying as I could have imagined. Since we're talking about Variators, I also wanted to mention that Coil and Gooseberry finally received their very own unique Variators that can show up in Escalation and Trial Maker. Personally, I am really glad that they finally added this, as it was quite awkward that every other prime asset had a Variator except for the two originals, but now all of the prime assets have their very own Variator, which is really cool. And like all other events, we got a brand new secondary objective, Collect the Amulets, that will require you and your team to collect a bunch of amulets that spawn on Liliya's neck. Very similar to the gemstones in her original trial, but what is really cool about this secondary objective is you can get it without actually having the Liliya Variator, so even though you'll be comfortable knowing she actually isn't there, seeing her mannequin all over the trial environment might make you on edge, as you're normally used to her pretending to be one of them. So now that you understand how the new Variator and secondary objective works, let's check out the two brand new MK challenges that you can play right now with the new Variator. Starting off with
industrial production must not be hamstrung by the gremlins of workplace safety. A consumer's choice between value and virtue is no choice at all. Kill the foreman and slash production costs, and we will let you out.
Here we have Flatten the Foreman, the newest MK challenge for the Toy Factory. It's quite a simple one, using the same triggers from Cook the Informant, but unlike that piece of shit of an MK challenge, this one is actually a little easier to navigate, as it basically feeds you the trigger devices that you'll need to open a huge path downstairs that will help you out tremendously during this MK. Alternatively, if you don't want to use them, you can maneuver through downstairs by going through each one of the garage doors on each side. I wouldn't recommend this, but for the main objective of the MK, in each section of the factory, you'll need to find a key that will be randomly spawned, but you'll be able to find out the location of the key when you go to the baler in the factory. You'll see a bunch of key panels telling you which keys you're gonna need. And once you finally collect all the keys, you can turn on the baler and finally flatten the foreman, and get ready to run through the entire factory again to be able to escape. Personally, I think this MK is very middle of the road, but it's always good to see some more content come to the toy factory. But with that being said, we're gonna have to leave and head on to our very next MK challenge.
I cannot teach you. I can only offer fear and pain and perversion and rage. Let these be your teachers. Let these show you a path to enlightenment.
And lastly, we have Eliminate the Legacy, the newest MK challenge for the suburbs. And honestly, I know I give these suburbs a lot of shit, but this is probably one of my favorite MK challenges for the suburbs, as it reminds me a lot of Deface the Futtermans, and also given the fact that the main objective to this MK is to erase Franco's legacy, something that I can totally get behind the idea of doing. So in this MK, the suburbs will be broken up into different sections, as you'll start off in the courtyard, where you need to look at the symbol being presented on the TV and find the panel with the corresponding symbol that will all be car related. So to quickly help you out with that, as I'll quickly go over all of the answers. If the TV displays a foot, you're gonna wanna find the pedal. If it displays a set of keys, you're gonna wanna find the car door. If it displays gas, you're gonna wanna find the car gauge. If it displays smoke, you're gonna wanna find the exhaust. And if it displays a car jack, you're gonna wanna find the tire. Lastly, there is a battery panel that you can hit, but I'm gonna be brutally honest. After playing this MK a bunch, I have never seen the symbol answer for the battery. So unless someone in the comments can mention the symbol for the battery, you'll just have to use your really good deduction skills for now. But now that you know that, you'll have to repeat this song and dance in the courtyard of the school, moving on into the school itself, where you'll find the boy who likes to eat pant. Then you'll be hitting the streets of the suburbs.
In the motherfucking suburbs with it. Rah, bing, bow, bah. Hey, yo, Terry, fuck going on?
Hey, how's it going?
And after you hit the symbols 1,000 different times again, the Union Boss's mansion will unlock, where you will unlock a brand new sweet ride. Damn, look at that thing. Oh, never mind. I was lied to. We're not getting a brand new car. There's already someone in the car, and he's dying of exhaust poisoning. Damn it! Why do I keep getting lied to? But no lie will ever hurt as much as that lie you told me, Vincent. But once that fucker who took our new whip is finally dead, no matter how hard he tries to get out of that car, it ain't gonna happen, we're gonna have to head back all the way to the beginning of the MK at the courtyard. At least it's nice to know that Murkoff cares enough about us to let us get some cardio in. But once we're back at the courtyard, we're gonna have to do this silly little song and dance one last time. And then the trial shuttle will finally open up, allowing us to get the hell out of here. So now that we have covered all of the new major content within this update, let's go over some of the smaller things, like therapies now having a minimum level requirement to be able to play them, as well as I mentioned earlier, Leland Coyle and Mother Gooseberry finally getting their very own Variator, alongside a couple bug fixes to the regular game and invasions, with the return of the ability for people to join you mid-game. But with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy the video, and I do apologize for this one being a little shorter than usual, as I definitely want to make videos every single time this game gets content updates, because I absolutely love the Outlast trials. So expect videos like this when updates come out, and who knows, maybe I'll get around to doing that All Things Wicked chapter retrospective soon. So with that being said, behavior, please give Chucky a Phantom of the Opera skin. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.